I can always fit a golf analogy into almost any story. You know, anytime I'm talking about anything, and usually motivational or positive or how you need to deal with things, golf gets fit in there somewhere. And when it comes to golf, I believe it was an absolutely beautiful day in March, early afternoon, pristine grass, totally level, not a bad spot out there. And I'm walking across it, and all of a sudden, I can't take the next step. Something had happened. And I literally could not bear weight on my knee. And I'm trapped out there. But fortunately, I had a cell phone. And fortunately, the pro was a great guy. And I called and told him. He came out and picked me up in a cart. And they got me in the car, and I drove to a local facility to find out what happened. And fairly quickly, they said that it was my meniscus. And it had torn, and I was, going to have something done. Did my homework and found out, that a lot of people have it, obviously, and that it would fall somewhere in the should be fairly routine knee operations or knee procedures. And so I had really no hesitation whatsoever about going through that process. My father had had knee replacement, and I remember the main thing he said was the pain of the rehab. Make the person forcing him to really stretch it. He never really mentioned the pain of the knee. I immediately still had pain of the knee. Sharp pains in the knee. And I went to another doctor who was referred by some friends. And I'm in there 15 minutes. He went down the hall and talked to his boss and said, "This guy's got a bad knee infection, a very, very bad knee infection. I need to operate tomorrow." It was that bad. So I'd had the first operation. I had the second procedure to get that done. And they said, now it's probably going to require knee replacement. All for a torn meniscus. About, Octoberish, September, Octoberish, I was out with the golf team, and I was coming out of the practice facility, and something didn't feel right. There was no pain. It just felt out of body bad. I don't know what it was. And I drove another mile. I pulled off the side of the road, not far from Williams-Rice Stadium, pulled over. And I called Kathy, my wife, and said, I got to go to the ER. Something, and this is because I knew my body so well from all the exercise, something just wasn't right. And I went in there, and they said, the main artery, the widowmaker, is almost 100%. And they got me the next morning. So, and cleaned up. So it classifies as a heart attack. I hate to say I'm embarrassed to say, I don't mean that, because I didn't do anything, doggone it, to make it happen to me. This other stuff made it happen. That was very frustrating. Added some frustration to looking back at it and going, this shouldn't have happened to me, because I was a fit guy. But those last 4 or 5 months of being inactive, having a lot of heavy meds, all that kind of stuff, I guess, caused some things to happen that I had no idea was happening. So I got through that really well. Came out of that really good. I think I'm a pretty strong guy, so I felt like I was going to get through this and make it a good story on the other end. But fortunately, it wasn't a bad financial deal for us. Our insurance was great. It took constantly was taking care of everything that we had to deal with. So that makes it. I can't tell you what it would have been to have to be paying all that money. It would have been a lot of stress, but fortunately, we didn't have to deal with that. So you were asking about kind of how I got through all that. So I don't know. I kind of draw a lot of golf analogies, and I always tell people just play one shot at a time. You cannot deal with what just happened. It's gone. So in this case, it's just reset, deal with what happened, the bad break you got, and just play the next shot as good as you can play it.